Greetings, YouTube. I want you to imagine for a moment that you were just to discover today, in the year 2025, that someone had been stealing money from your paycheck. They were able to hide it so that you didn't know what was happening. And then you discovered that they had been doing the same thing to your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents. In fact, they've been siphoning off enough money so that you will never get to advance to the same levels of social standing as they have. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is make them stop. But the second thing you're going to want is you want those earnings back. Your family earned them. You created that wealth. They stole it. Now, the astute amongst you could probably figure out by now that I'm discussing reparations, because the United States made huge amounts of profit, both public and private, off the fact that slaves existed in America for a real damn long time. And then even after the Emancipation Proclamation, we still had forms of slavery by throwing people in prison and using their labor both for public works and for private works, renting out prisoners. Corporations in America have prisoners doing labor that should be going to people who are getting actually treated like employees and not being exploited because, well, they're prisoners. And of course, then there's the whole Jim Crow laws, the second-class citizen status of black people, the red line, the discrimination in the military and the benefits that they never received, the treatment at the hands of the government and the medical community, the courts, schools, everybody. I don't think it's unfair to think that maybe we should give something back to them. And I'd like to see that money to come out of the people that gained that money. We know who those families are. You earned wealth off the backs, literally, of slaves. Give it back. And if that bankrupts you, okay, that's tough. You are living off the fruit of the poisoned vine. Ill-gotten gains that were stolen from someone. You can't claim you have lily white hands. Your family became wealthy, established, generational wealth, because you stole the labor and the effort from other people. Now, I think one of the best things we could do, we could make sure that folks that are the descendants of slaves could have the things that they need so that they could then launch into a future of establishing generational wealth of their own. Free healthcare, free housing, free education. All of that. Cradle to grave. Never have to worry about that kind of stuff ever again. So everything they earn could help fund their future generations. Make up for what we, the United States government, the people of America, did to them. Now, some of you are going to say, well, I wasn't in, my ancestors were in America, during the era of slavery. Mine weren't either. We came here, after that era. But the reality is, I don't care. I still want the United States to pay reparations. I still don't care if it uses my tax dollars to do it. There are wrongs that need to be righted. And I would rather see my money go towards that than bombs killing brown people. Or ICE agents acting as Gestapo in the streets. Making things right is more important than funding the next war. So yes, I know that's going to be a very unpopular opinion, and then I can imagine that the algorithm will figure out what this is about, and they'll spread this around, and I'll attract some white nationalists. Maybe they'll be there maybe they'll come in to have a discussion, and let's just have an open talk about whether black people should be treated the same as white people. That kind of thing. Yeah, I tend to shut that kind of crap down real damn fast. The first time I had to block somebody, it was an agonizing decision on my channel. Now I can block people before breakfast and not even bat an eye. So the white nationalist has stopped by. If you're going to be an ass, you're going to go away. That's just the way it is. So first thing we can do is stop doing it. So we should start treating black people the same way as we treat everybody else. And we should start thinking about giving it back. Because we stole their wealth. We crippled them and prevented them from having generational wealth. It's time we made that right.